Hello celestial beings, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Celeste Simone, and here on my channel I offer spiritual guidance to empower my celestial beings and heart-centered energy healing to help you align with your higher self. So if that is something that you are interested in, please consider hitting that subscribe button and joining our family of celestial beings. Okay, you guys, I have another pick a card reading for you. I have 4 piles in front of me, and this reading is going to be all about what are they thinking about you? What are they really feeling about you? If you're as excited as I am to find out exactly what they're feeling about you, then go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up and let's dive into these piles. Now I'll show a close-up of each one of these piles that I've numbered from 1 to 4. So take some time, pause the video if you need to find out which pile or piles you most resonate, to find out what are they really truly feeling about you, what is their energy surrounding your connection, and you can meditate on the piles if you need to. Be sure to take a grounding breath if you are having a difficult time seeing which pile you are most drawn to. Take as much time as you need. Once you have found the pile or piles that you most resonate with, you can head on down into the description box below where I've posted the timestamps for each one of these readings. Please keep in mind these are general readings, so take the messages that resonate with you and leave the rest. Those are most likely for somebody else who also chose that pile, but I do believe strongly that everything happens for a reason, so be sure to watch the reading all the way through to the end so you receive the message or messages that drew you to that pile. Okay, you guys, let's not waste any more time. I will see you over at your reading. Hello, all my beautiful celestial beings who chose pile number 1. I have a pile right over here. We're going to start with the first oracle card, dive into the tarot cards, and then shuffle some more cards for you as well to get as many messages as possible. Let's start with the first oracle card. We have Playing It Cool. So right away, I feel as though this is somebody who is maybe trying to impress you. I feel like this person's energy, male or female, I feel as though they are trying to be maybe putting on an act a little bit. So that's maybe why you're feeling like you can't, get to the bottom of them, or you feel like maybe they're hiding something or holding something back from you because they're trying to play it cool. And to me, this energy is really saying like they think that you are really cool, so they don't want to look lame or come across as maybe not as intelligent, maybe not as put together as you are. So really their own feelings of maybe insecurity is kind of showing through this like play it cool attitude. So just keep that in mind, that they may be trying to impress you and really putting a lot of effort into that. But what I'm also getting too is that this can also come across as like an aloofness. So I feel as though sometimes they seem disinterested, or they feel like they don't want to move too quickly or come on too strong. So that's why they might be kind of playing it cool and acting like they're not really having fun, or like they're acting like they're above something, or that they're not like showing their full feelings for you because they're trying to play it cool. Now let's see a little bit more about that, because I feel like we're gonna get a little more information with that with the tarot cards they feel. So let's get some more details. We have Justice, the World, we have the Two of Swords in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse, and the Seven of Swords. I really feel like this person is balancing themselves as far as trying to maintain balance in maybe even starting a new relationship, or if you've already started a relationship with this person. I feel like they are really trying to keep everything in order for themselves. So in other words, they're not trying to overextend themselves either, but they are coming from an approach of like diplomacy. So I feel like with the World and with the Justice card, they are very into being fair, and at the same time they feel like you know, you're their world. Like, I do feel as though that you are a priority in their mind, in their heart. And I feel like they see a full picture with you. You know, they can see the full, complete picture. So in other words, whether that means a family or just kind of a long-term relationship, they feel as though you can provide those things for them. You know, that you could be that person for them to really commit to. And with justice too, I feel like with that diplomacy and fairness, I feel as though there's also this like strong commitment to making things fair for you. So in other words, their actions are, they're thinking about how that will affect you, what they are doing. So I also feel just in general, when it comes to relationships, this person really is kind of like a stickler for things being fair and even. So that to me sounds really great. I mean, as far as being a team player in a relationship, that's a really important part of that, is making sure that things are fair for both parties in a relationship. Now we have the Two of Swords in reverse, and we have the Queen of Wands, and I also see the Seven of Swords. So I'm getting some abandonment fears for this person, and that may be why this playing it cool thing is coming up, because they're afraid that, and I think too that they're kind of wrestling with themselves with like the truth of this and how fast they want to move into something, because I feel as though somebody in the past has broken their heart, maybe betrayed them, or maybe just kind of left them out of the blue and they were not expecting it. And maybe too, they feel as though when they are their true self, or like when they act really authentically towards others, or maybe just kind of towards past experiences and past relationships, in the past they've kind of gotten met with judgment, which is also kind of justice too, this kind of like judgment of themselves. So I feel as though they're hesitant in that way. And with the Seven of Swords too, there's kind of like, because of this, there is kind of this like one foot out the door kind of a sense, you know. With the Two of Swords, they're kind of like wrestling with themselves as far as, do I want to fully commit or not? Like, is this person going to meet me halfway with this? And so that's why they might feel, again, like this aloofness. I feel like there is a not wanting to get hurt, not wanting to feel that like abandonment and before, or betrayal like they have had it before. Maybe just some like a past relationship ended abruptly and they didn't know what happened, or even just that like as soon as they start to even show their authentic self, they feel like people run away from them or like leave. So if you're aligning with this person, if they're resonating with you and you know, want to get to know them more, just be aware that they can be a little sensitive, I think, about being their authentic self. So just know that kind of depending on how you're reacting may affect like whether or not they kind of move away or move closer. But there is this kind of thing of, with the Seven of Swords, there is this kind of energy I'm getting where they kind of like will take steps back because they're not fully rushing into this. I also really kind of get the sense that they're just a little confused right now as well. I think they're a little confused in maybe making a decision, really committing to something or the relationship or not, or really moving forward with something, or really communicating themselves well. I feel like they're a little off on that. But overall, I feel like the feelings here are like they think the world of you, they see the full picture with you, but it's more so that they are not confident in themselves enough to fully be themselves right now. But let's keep pulling some cards on that topic, on that note. Okay, I'm gonna pull some more oracle cards to see what other messages regarding this for my group ones. What more can we get to know about this person? Okay, listening. We have listening, and I will shuffle one more actually. But with this card, it seems as though they are, again, okay, and we're in power. So I feel as though they are very strong listeners, but they may not always know the right thing to say. And again, that may be because they're afraid that they'll say something that will then embarrass them, or that maybe, you know, they're trying to play it cool. And I also see with power, it's almost as though it's like by listening and not always participating, they can kind of maintain their own inner power. So they're not kind of giving themselves away too much, which can be frustrating. And maybe you're feeling this kind of frustration already of like well, I'm trying to be really authentic with them. I'm trying to tell them about myself, but they just seem like they're like above it, or they're acting as though they don't really care, or they're not really that interested. I feel like, again, they're coming from a place of a little insecurity and wanting to not give their power away, because they feel like, well, in the past, others have maybe left too soon or have like judged me in some way because of me expressing myself, and he or she does not want to give that away yet, you know, give themselves fully away. So yeah, let's keep going with that. I'm gonna see what other messages for group 1 come through. Wow, okay. So we have elegance flew right out. And elegance says, it is found in the beauty of nature, the lotus waiting to bloom, be the swan on the water and glide. So I feel as though this energy of elegance is you're exuding, and I feel like they are seeing this in you so much, is this elegance. Like, it's almost as though when you speak, you're very eloquent. They like to listen to you, and they enjoy seeing you expressing yourself and being authentic. And at the same time, like, this may make them even more nervous to like really express themselves fully. But I do feel that they see you as this elegant energy that is just really bringing to them, kind of like they're in awe of your presence and your beauty. Now, and elegance in general, but I also see that with the swans, this again is a committed relationship, potential for that, because we see with the swans that they're swans mate for life. So I'm also getting an energy strongly of, you know, this is commitment, this is kind of a balanced relationship. And I do feel like if you know, some of you may be currently in a committed relationship with them. And if that's true, then I do feel like they do wrestle with with speaking their truth, okay? I feel like they have a hard time expressing themselves in a clear way because of that kind of like strong self-awareness or self-esteem kind of coming in the way. And they'd rather, I feel like rather than argue something or like kind of hash it out, they would rather isolate and kind of leave the situation, because it's really difficult for them to kind of find the right words to share with you their actual feelings. And what I'm also getting with listening is like they are hearing what you're saying too. So if you've been kind of expressing yourself and you've been saying, why are you doing, you know, X, Y, and Z, like why, this is how I feel, etc. Like maybe you are expressing yourself really, really well in an eloquent way. I feel they are listening, they hear you. They're just having a difficult time like communicating themselves to you. And that might be because they're kind of used to just leaving a situation whenever they get frustrated. They just have to kind of leave it, and that might be their go-to. But because now they're in a committed relationship, for some of you, if they aren't in a committed relationship with you, I feel as though their go-to is just like, I'm just gonna leave, or I'm just gonna like be quiet and not say anything. So next we have prosperity, which is focus on the positive and more good will come. Give thanks for blessings and they will multiply. Prosperity begins in the mind. I do feel as though there is a really positive connection between the two of you. I feel like prosperity to me just is showing this like abundant energy within your connection, as though it can grow and grow. And I feel like they see that with you as well. Again, this is really kind of strong grounding energy with prosperity. I feel like this is abundance, and and we're seeing the world too. So I do feel as though this positivity starts in the mind, and I do think that like together you can maybe resolve some of these things, because it's a communication type scenario. You know, it might be that if you're still dating and there's not a committed relationship here, I feel like communication is going to open up slowly. And I feel like if you guys are both bringing this positivity and this balance to the situation, I feel like it's just going to get better and better and better. So, all right, let's pull some more oracle cards for you guys for some further messages and energy. Anything that I missed so far as messages go. If you guys are enjoying these messages, I would love to hear about that in the comments below, by the way. And don't forget to subscribe and join our family of celestial beings if you haven't done that already. I would love that if you are enjoying this reading. And if it resonates with you, I would appreciate that so much. We're going to shuffle a little bit more and see what final messages that I missed. Okay. So we had one fly out, and it is happiness. Yes, this person just, you bring them so much happiness, and truly, like, they are trying so hard to make you happy, to do whatever they can to kind of meet you halfway. I feel like they are just playing it cool, but they really, really like you. You know, like, you just bring them so much happiness. They look up to you. They respect you. They see a future with you. So I feel like that kind of sums it up completely with happiness. You just bring them so much joy and so much happiness. Okay, thank you so much, Group 1, for joining me for this reading. As I mentioned before, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and comment down below if you did enjoy this reading. And I would love it so much if you would consider subscribing to my channel. Lastly, check down below in the description box if you are interested in a personal reading from me, or if you're curious and want to know more about my mentorship program, check the description box for the links to all of that information. But otherwise, that's going to do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now. Hello, all my beautiful celestial beings who chose pile number 2. I have your pile right here, so let's dive on into the first oracle card. Then we're going to check out some tarot, shuffle some more oracle cards. So let's get started. All right, we have our first oracle card, which is commitment. Yeah, this person is serious about you. I think this person is thinking marriage material. They see you and they're like, okay, I can see myself with this person for a very long time. And I feel like if you are in a relationship currently, then this person is probably maybe buying a ring. I don't know. I'm just getting that sense, like, this is the committed pile. This is the pile. This person is ready for the long term, whether that means asking you out and making it official, or getting married, proposing to you. So this is really the long term with this person. All right, let's get some more messages with the tarot cards. We have the King of Swords in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, Strength card, the Chariot, and lastly, we have the Fool in reverse. Okay, so there's a lot of, I'm getting the sense of unknowns here, a lot of unknowns, and also kind of like I feel as though things are going to move very quickly in this relationship as well. I feel like this individual too is like having a hard time talking or speaking, and may even be kind of in their own head about themselves or working on themselves. And I do feel like this person does have some further inner work, shadow work, that they may even be doing right now, or are going to kind of be transitioning in. So we're kind of thinking, we're kind of seeing what they're thinking about. And I feel like they are kind of thinking about gaining more clarity on themselves, what they really want, because I feel as though this individual has been through some difficult times. Maybe this is past relationships, but this could also be family related, past experiences. I do feel like they are thinking about these things. I feel like they have been doing some inner work, or that they have been kind of being guided almost by their guides, by almost spiritually is what I'm kind of feeling. They've been guided to work through these things. I feel like they do have still more to work through, but I mean, who doesn't, right? I mean, we all are kind of going through shadow work. It's like a never-ending process, really, as human beings. I do feel, though, that this person is moving towards swift action. So I feel like if they've been a little more isolated lately, I feel like this is turning around for them. You may find that things in the relationship pick up very quickly for the two of you guys. And this is because really that they are committed, they see the long term, and there's almost like this excitement to get started and to move forward with it. And I'm seeing too, the Chariot and the Strength are really kind of positioned like under this commitment card, the way they were laid out. And I feel like there's strength, and there's also control. So with the Chariot, by control, I mean that this isn't something that is happening on a whim. This is something that the person is going forward with confidence. You know, they feel the strength in the relationship. They also see the strength in you, and they really admire your strength with what you have been through as well. I feel as though that the two of you are overcoming together and then taking the reins of your lives and moving forward with that. So this, by control, I mean that this person is actually acting out of kind of like taking the reins and moving forward with this relationship with confidence, if that makes sense. Okay. Lastly, we have the Fool card, which is in reverse. So there may be there may be some hesitancy on either end, okay, about moving forward. So even though this is all happening very quickly and almost like kind of sweep you off your feet, just know there's some hesitancy, I feel like, with the Fool of stepping into the unknown. And this may be, again, something that is needing to be worked out within themselves. Now, you may have gotten married or started your relationship very quickly. And even though there might be some hesitancy or nerves about getting into a committed relationship, I do feel like this person is still committed. And I really do feel like this person, it does not regret what they did, but I feel like there's a fear of the unknown here. And I think that has to do with kind of, it could have to do with a lot of things actually, and not necessarily with you, but maybe just kind of how are you guys going to start a family, or, you know, how is this going to affect, how are certain things going to affect each other? You know, like, are you guys going to be able to make it through challenges? Just the normal kind of hesitancy about getting started in a relationship. But there's so much strength here in the bond between you. So if this is of course if you're already in a committed relationship, but if not, I feel like this is all about making the first move. If you are, you know, hoping to date this person, this is all about them making the first move and kind of pushing through some of these fears to finally like speak to you or to make it official and to commit to you. So let's keep going, because I feel like there's more energy or more information messages that are going to come out about that. Let's see what else the cards have to say. I would love to pull a card here specifically addressing this Fool card energy. What is the Fool card trying to tell our group twos? Okay. Shadow self. This is what I was thinking, right? This shadow side is possibly like a part of themselves that is afraid or fearing commitment coming through. Now, again, I feel like they're going to overcome this. I feel as though the connection between you guys is going to kind of shine through. But it's worth noting that this person's shadow self does involve commitment. And that's what I feel. That's why I feel like this energy is coming through. So let's see what else, what other advice. Okay, we have one falling in front here. Innocence. Innocence. Okay, so this could have to do with a childhood experience, as I mentioned before. Maybe their parents were divorced and they're afraid about that happening for them, but they're going through with it anyway because of how much they are committed to you and how much they love you. Now, I also feel like with innocence, this is not their fault. You know, this is not something that they are trying to create toxicity between the two of you. And I also feel like it's coming from an innocent place. So it's not coming from a place of resentment. It's really just coming from this inner shadow work that they are doing from childhood. And that is coming up for them. I feel like it's coming up for whenever you kind of see this video, whenever you kind of get these messages, I feel like this is kind of a time where this is coming up for them. So just be aware. And it also might be an opportunity for you to kind of help them through that, or be a support system for them as they're working through these kind of inner doubts and fears, that shadow side of themselves that's coming up for them right now. All right, we're gonna pull another couple oracle cards too for further messages. We have awareness. Wow. Pay attention to the subtleties. Look with new eyes. There are signs and omens everywhere. So I feel as though that they are gaining a lot of awareness, and also I'm getting the sense that they are becoming aware of you. So maybe before it felt like they didn't see you in that way. Maybe they didn't see you as a potential, you know, partner, romantic partner. Maybe they just saw you as a friend, or maybe this is just kind of them becoming aware of you in general. In other words, like maybe you've known of them, but they don't really remember you, or they haven't met you yet, or something like that, and you're being introduced. So there's this awareness that they realize the importance and value of you and the importance of you in their life. I also feel like parts of themselves are coming to light, and that's what we're seeing with the shadow self as well, is that parts of themselves are coming to light that they are working through, and they are having, I feel like they're being forced, as I mentioned, I said by their guides, maybe they're being forced to look at these things in a new way. Okay, let's just take a look at both of these cards. You guys got an extra one fell out, but first we're seeing gentleness. Strength is gentle. Strength, you guys. True kindness has wings. Love in action endures. So this is the approach, and this is the thoughts of the connection you have from this person, is this gentleness and this kindness and this love in action. So there's some action that they are wanting to take, and I feel like this is going to be kind of sweeping you off your feet in a lot of ways. And I feel like strength, oh my gosh, strength is gentle, gentleness. I just feel like this is somebody who is really kind, gentle. I feel like they feel this way about you. Maybe they don't always act this way about other people, but with you, they just want to be gentle and kind and give you love, show their love in big actions or taking actions to show you their love. And it's almost like they get that the strength that you guys have isn't necessarily like something you have to force, but it's just very gentle and understanding and reserved, almost in the way that they don't have to outwardly like show off, but in a different way they show their gentleness, and that's where they show their strength and love for you and understanding. Now we also have cycles. We are all becoming. Surrender to your changes. Release your fear. Trust this powerful process. This one really wanted to come out for this individual who you are asking about and what their thoughts are, kind of what are they thinking about. They're going through a cycle of release and change and releasing fears. I mean, this is coming up a lot in this reading for this individual. You may be helping them to release these fears, and I do feel like you're helping them, because we're seeing these two dragons kind of in a circle. It's almost like a yin and yang type situation. I feel like you guys are bringing harmony and balance together, but it is important for them to take a little time out, because they may feel like they want to just kind of rush through the process, and I think their shadow self is not going to let them do that. So I really do feel this innocent connection. I feel as though their thoughts about you as well, it's just really precious, gentle, kind, innocent. I mean, there's just like these two children having a smooch and I just feel like that this is your connection. It's just really, it really has this innocence, but like this commitment, like you guys are pure and honest and true to each other, and that's really what I'm feeling with this energy as well. Okay, we're gonna pull another oracle card just to make sure that I didn't miss anything. I also want to mention, if you have a second, don't forget to comment down below. Let me know if you are enjoying this reading so far. Be sure that you hit that thumbs up button. That really helps my channel out. And don't forget to subscribe if you are enjoying this reading. Okay, we have lighten your load as the first message. Now this again to me is somebody who is really thinking about, or maybe even has some worries about the future. I feel like they get a little anxious about the future and anxious about how they're going to be strong, how they're going to get through it. I do feel like they find comfort in you. I feel like they find their strength in you. That is the message I'm getting as well. So just be aware that they are, I almost feel like to an extent mentally putting a lot of pressure on themselves with the King of Swords and the Hermit in reverse. There's a lot of pressure on themselves to be the best they can be, but you give this person strength. Wow, that's so beautiful, you guys. All right, let's pull out one other card from this deck. See any other messages. Truth. So when I look at this card of truth, I see this woman in shadow, and she's shining a light, and she's holding it over her kind of her center, her solar plexus maybe even. And I feel like she's bringing things to light and bringing truths to light. So what I feel is that this person is also speaking their truth. I feel like they're coming forward with their truth. I feel as though this is their own innocence, or that they are innocent, or that they are kind of exposing themselves in some way. Some truth is coming through. I don't feel like it's any like a lie. I don't feel like it's that. I don't feel like they've been dishonest to you. I just feel as though things about themselves are coming to light, and they're seeing you as their strength. They're seeing you as this presence of comfort. So maybe they actually share some things with you. Maybe they just share their personal truths with you, and they know that you're not going to judge them. They know that you're going to be kind and gentle to them as well. And I feel as though you're helping them to work through this. Now, I also see with awareness, look with new eyes. There are signs and omens everywhere. Yeah, I feel like they're really seeing you in a new light. And this could also mean like committing to you, or this could mean starting a relationship with you. So I really feel some positive energy between the two of you guys. So that's going to do it for this reading though. If you did find it helpful, or if you have questions, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this, your feelings, your impressions. What is your intuition really telling you in this situation? Also, before I leave, I do want to mention that you can schedule a personal reading or private reading with me. And I have those all linked down in the comments down below, so that we can tap into your specific energy rather than just general energy of the pile. But that's going to do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now. Hello, all my celestial beings who chose pile number 3. Have your pile right here. Let's start with the oracle card first. We have honeymoon. Okay, so I feel like you guys are in a honeymoon phase. You know, some of you may be married, but for some reason I'm getting the sense that for many of you in this reading, you're in kind of the honeymoon period of the relationship, waiting for the shoe to drop maybe, or just kind of like wondering what this person is thinking. Like, do they really strongly feel this way? Are they just, you know, saying these things, or is it real? Is it the real thing? Because when you're in the honeymoon phase of a relationship, it's kind of hard to think clearly or see straight, because everything is just kind of like rainbows and roses and beautiful, lovely things, which is great. And you should totally just like enjoy that too, because that's the fun part about a relationship just starting out. But let's keep going. We'll get some more messages for you guys, because I do feel like there's more info here for you. We have 3 of Pentacles. We have 8 of Cups in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse. We have the 6 of Wands in reverse. And well, we have the Ace of Pentacles lastly. And what I'm really getting the sense of, because we have the 3 of Pentacles, so I really do feel like this person really admires you. They might actually be really impressed with something that you're talented in. Maybe they're interested in your artwork or your work in general. Maybe you just are creative, or not even just like creative like art, but just something that you're really good at. They're like, wow, they're really interested in that and they're really impressed. This could be something that you studied at school. This could be something that you are currently have a career in. They're just really interested in you and kind of like your work and what you have been making of yourself, what you've been making of your life. They're like impressed by that. Now we also see with 8 of Cups and Knight of Swords and 6 of Wands, I do feel like you guys maybe haven't gotten, and this is very specific, but this is for some relationships. I feel as though maybe you guys haven't gotten to the part of your relationship where everything, like all your baggage comes out yet, because you're still kind of in that honeymoon phase for many of you. Now, if you aren't in a connection, or, you know, if you're not even dating this person yet and you're just kind of thinking about them, wondering about them, I do feel like you are maybe in a honeymoon phase in your own thoughts, and there might be some wishful thinking here about this person, because they have their own flaws. And I think that's the thing here that the cards are saying. It's like they do get in their head. They do, you know, have some things they're still healing from past relationship. Possibly I'm feeling with the 8 of Cups is maybe they haven't fully moved on in some way. Now that's okay. I mean, that doesn't mean that they can't have a positive relationship or a meaningful relationship with you. But I will say, like, I'm getting the sense that even though, like, we're looking into this person's thoughts right now and feelings. So when I'm looking at this, I do see as though it's kind of important to know that you are in a honeymoon phase. So everything, you're kind of looking at things from rose-colored glasses. And I feel like they are too, you know? So I feel like they're not being 100% themselves, or they may be holding back on fully like expressing themselves or sharing their thoughts, because there are some things that they still have not let go or moved on from, maybe from from the past. And I think that there's a potential for this to kind of come up. So just be aware of that. I'm not saying that this is a deal breaker by any means, because we have the Ace of Pentacles as well, which means to me that this is just the beginning of a really solid relationship. I think that you guys have a lot of potential for the future, even if you've just started dating, or, you know, even if you are not even yet dating with this person. I feel like there is a promise for the future, and I think that they see that as well. Like, they're seeing this as potential for something that can grow into something more and more tangible as well, because we're seeing with the Ace of Pentacles, this is a more tangible, more earthy energy, more grounded energy. This is the physical world when we see Pentacles energy. So to me, I feel like too that they want to give you a gift. I feel like they may be planning to give you a gift. I feel like they may be taking you out as well. I think they're going to make this the real thing as far as starting to date, or even making this a committed relationship, you know, moving forward. So just be aware of that. I think that they have some fears about fully sharing themselves with you as well. But as far as you and your talents, I do think that when they really express their, like, being impressed with things that you're doing, they're being completely honest with you about that. They really mean it, and they really are wanting to move forward in this relationship. Like, they're wanting to start something. I feel like for you guys, again, this is kind of maybe just the beginning stages of the relationship. But for some of you, you may be in the honeymoon period. So you may have just gotten married. And in that case, I do feel like they are excited to start creating a home life with you and to start all of that. With it, if you are in a committed relationship as well, the Eight of Cups, Knight of Swords, and Six of Wands in reverse, this is telling me that they don't feel like they're living their full potential yet, I feel like. So they may actually be wanting to start a new job or career. And they may be thinking about that as well, or thinking about how to approach that with you. I'm also getting the sense that there are some things that they need to be more authentic about with themselves and with you as well. I feel like there's things that they don't really even, and this kind of comes up with everybody, I feel like, but there's definitely things about themselves that they aren't fully honest about with themselves. Now, these are kind of minor things that they're growing from and learning from. But let's keep pulling some cards, because I feel like we're going to get some more solid messages surrounding that. So I feel like there's more to be said there. Let's keep going, and we'll really clear that up for my group threes as to what can be going on here. What are they not letting go of, or what are they really thinking about? All right. I almost feel as though they can be, it's like they want to have the passion for what they're doing that you have for what you're doing as well. And I think that's also kind of part of what they're thinking about you. It's like, wow, this person is doing what they really love doing, or they're really good at what they're doing. I wish I could do that too. So, okay, Sanctuary. So I feel as though when they come to you, they do feel as though they're in a safe place. They feel like they're safe with you. They feel like that it's also like a coming home too, I feel. So there's a protection about your energy, and they also, I feel like they want to be a safe place for you. And there's a level of protection here coming in as well. They want to protect this relationship. They want to protect you, and they want to, you know, keep the connection safe. And I feel like, you know, that makes sense too, especially with the honeymoon, because they may be holding back from, you know, being their full self just because they want to protect what you guys have and keep it pure. And again, as I said before, I don't think any of this is like a deal breaker. I just feel like this is just kind of like their deepest, darkest thoughts. And change, interesting. So I think they're ready for a change. I think they're ready to, it's almost like if they've been single for a while, or if they have been, you know, going just kind of on the dating scene, I think things are about to change for both of you guys. I think that like there's something different about you too that they admire, and that they are kind of seeing that you have like a unique quality about you, a unique talent, a unique thing that you bring to the table that's different. I feel that they they do see a change in themselves as well. It's like they can feel that they're different around you and they like it. Like I do think that this is something they feel positive about. So let's keep pulling some more cards. I'd love to hear kind of more energy about this change. And I think too, you know, to some extent too, like change is a little scary. I think you might even notice that you're starting to change out of the honeymoon period. And this is something they may notice as well. And there's almost like a fear behind it, but it's just a new beginning. It's nothing to be afraid of. I don't think that they are necessarily afraid. I think they are just, now keep in mind too, that if they are pursuing a new career, this is the new change. This could affect your relationship as well. But I do feel like they are career minded because it is important to them that they, with the Ace of Pentacles, it is important for them to pursue something that they feel passionate about. Okay, we have happiness. Immense delight can be found in the smallest of things. Cultivate fluttering moments of joy. Yeah, there's a lot of happiness between the two of you. I do feel like you bring happiness into this person's life. I feel like they are really, I feel like their interest is, and their connection with you is honest. Okay, anticipation. Yeah. It says something wonderful is happening. Changes in the air. Open yourself to blessings on their way. There's a change happening with this connection. I feel like it is the beginning for you of maybe, yeah, like I think the connection is really great. I think for some of you, like this person is maybe coming into your job. If you haven't met this person too yet, I feel like they're coming into your job, or that maybe you've met them at work and they're admiring you, and they may actually, okay, ooh, I'm getting like a very specific scenario for some of you guys. This might resonate, but I feel as though this person, you might know them as a coworker and they're changing to something more, because I feel like they've shown that they're really interested in you, but they've kind of been maybe wrestling with coming forward about it. And I think something's changing where they're actually going to kind of come and pursue you and maybe even make this like a romantic thing, but you might already have been feeling that from them. So I feel like the relationship itself is changing, but it's something good. It's almost like becoming more secure. It's becoming more tangible. It's becoming like a real relationship, as far as like you guys are actually, you know, saying, okay, let's do this kind of a thing. Whereas before, maybe you guys were hesitating, maybe you guys were just kind of enjoying the honeymoon period of like, oh, like, you know, the exciting part of it, but now it's like getting serious. So, okay, I do feel like this is kind of like their thought process too, is like they're excited about, maybe you guys have already kind of changed the level of relationship you have for each other. And I feel like maybe this is this happiness and excitement and change. And I feel like too is like the energy of you, of this person towards you is one of just like the honeymoon period, you know, like they are just feeling this honeymoon energy, which is so exciting and beautiful. And if you are in a long-term relationship, I feel like you guys are still in this honeymoon of just like, we love each other so much. Like this is how they feel about you. It's like they're in a constant honeymoon period with you because they just love that so much. They're in the honeymoon phase, I guess you can say. So let's see what other messages come through. Whoa, those two came out, so we're going with it. Okay, yeah, we have home and peace. This is really like, and when you think of the home and peace, like this is sanctuary. So you may be purchasing a home together. They may be giving you a gift, as I mentioned before, but I do feel like you guys are going to be making a home together. I feel like they see themselves making a home with you. You know, this is like what they see. They see bringing you maybe to their home, and like they're just being like this beautiful peace and sanctuary for them to just kind of sink into. Like you feel like home. You feel like they're coming home. Okay. Wow, that is, you guys, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. I'm just like a romantic at heart. So I love doing these readings, and I just feel like this energy for you guys is just like happiness, excitement, like maybe excited, just this anticipation of just like you guys starting something beautiful and creating a home together. But I do hope that these messages were helpful to you. If you did enjoy them, of course, give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. If you would like a personal reading that is more catered towards you and your specific questions, then you can find those linked in the description box below. But that's gonna do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now. Hello group 4, thank you so much for joining me for this reading. Let's dive into your pile. We have your first oracle card and it says chilled. Ooh, okay, so there's something, I feel like there's maybe a block between you guys. Maybe you guys are in a disagreement right now. Maybe something has happened where I feel like they're almost like being kind of like giving you the cold shoulder is what I'm feeling with this chilled energy. So let's really see why they're acting this way, what's kind of going on with that. All right, we'll look at your tarot cards. We have Page of Cups, the Judgment card, King of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, and we have the 8 of Pentacles. So what I'm getting the sense of is this person is really focused on something that has happened recently for them. It's almost like I'm not feeling as though they're taking it out on you. I just feel like their focus is so much on some kind of loss. Now, this could be like a material loss. They may be feeling like maybe they're having some financial struggles right now. And I do feel, so there's like a Page of Cups in reverse. I don't know if there is also something to do with maybe they have a child and their child has become their priority right now. But I do feel like this person is kind of like going through some big realizations in their life. And I also feel like, I just feel like their focus maybe is turned towards this instead of maybe towards you. So that may be why they've just kind of like been focused more on their own work. I also get the sense with the 8 of Pentacles that they've been kind of overworking themselves a little bit too much. So they might be a little too materialistic in that sense, or just kind of going through a period of time where like all they can think about is work, making more money, or also like they may be having some family drama or family issues come up for them, or I'm also getting possibly health issues. But with the King of Pentacles, I'm kind of leaning more towards kind of like work related things coming up. Now I also see Judgment is like a really big card for them. To me, I'm getting the sense that they've kind of like cut themselves off from relationships with the Judgment card and the Page of Cups in reverse. I almost feel like they've cut themselves off to just focus on their own career, or that their own progress, like financially. I feel like for them, they just realize that they cannot maybe handle a relationship is kind of what I'm seeing as well. That could be the case. I feel like maybe they're just realizing that they're not cut out for that. But I'm also getting a sense of emotional immaturity with the Page of Cups in reverse as well. So I feel like if things come up for them, they don't want to deal with them. They'd rather just kind of walk away from them and not actually work through them. So I do feel like they are just kind of like in this escape mode, because Judgment card really kind of feels like freedom, and to them it might be like an escape. So if they have kind of taken a back seat or like have kind of like chilled on the relationship, I do feel as though it's because they are like wanting to just kind of work or wanting to focus on other things that they just, it's almost like distractions too is kind of what I'm hearing. But let's keep going with some more oracle cards to really see kind of what they're thinking, what's their motive, what's their energy behind things. So let us see. But yeah, Page of Cups is really just giving me kind of like a feeling of they don't really need any kind of like emotional like fulfillment right now. They're just like they're just doing their own thing, kind of an energy. Let's see, we have nature and celebration. So and I'm seeing that with Judgment too. So for those of you who maybe this person is just kind of like really laid back and because my initial thing with chilled was kind of cold shoulder energy. That's what I'm initially feeling with that. I feel like for many of you that's the case, but for some of you this could also be a situation where the person is kind of just like not making any effort or not making any move towards you or making any like show of emotion. And I feel like this is the King of Pentacles too, is he can be kind of reserved as well in his, or I mean, the King of Pentacles is a masculine energy, but this could apply to a male or female, or whoever. It's just the masculine energy, whether it's male, female, or whoever that is, they can be, this is their masculine energy. So to me, they're kind of in that grounded mode. That might mean they're reserved. So they're not likely to express their emotions. And I do still feel though that they are, like with Five of Pentacles, there is some loss here. There is some maybe financial loss in some way. I'm also getting this sense, even though that there is like maturity here as far as like their career goes, or even as far as how they manage money, I am getting this sense that they kind of are in a celebratory mode. And like for some reason I just kind of see them as they're kind of like just doing what they want, celebrating, having fun. And this freedom is really coming through with the Judgment energy. It's like they're just kind of free and they're enjoying that, and they're not really into maybe taking a serious approach to a relationship. So that might explain some of their actions. Yeah, because Page of Cups is in reverse. I just feel as though they're not ready to like start a relationship. I think they're too busy like celebrating any of their own financial wins or like any of their career wins and focusing on that right now. And nature is coming through just because I feel like this is just like their nature is showing. Like, even though I don't think that they'll never maybe commit, I feel just like they're in this mode of like having fun and not being serious about love and romance. Now, I also feel like if you are currently in a relationship with this type of person, you might be wondering like what they're thinking, because they aren't very expressive about emotion specifically and being romantic. So that might come between you guys or might be cause for frustration. But they are very practical, and I think because of this they forget to like say how they feel about you, because they may think like, well, I'm already committed, why do I need to say anything? Like, this is just how this is our relationship, like obviously I'm committed. So they may feel like they're chilled, you know, like they may feel as though they're not like fiery passionate energy, but that could just be that they are an earth sign or have a lot of earth energy in their chart with this Pentacles. And it can also just kind of mean that they don't feel like there's any need to be super, super romantic. I think they just don't have that kind of thought process of like being super romantic. Oh, we have Destiny. Acknowledge your mission, align with your purpose. You have gifts to share with the world. Now, what I am seeing with Destiny though is not so much a destiny of a relationship as much as that they are driven in some kind of mission, and that they are so focused on this mission. Now, they could still be, even though this is an earth energy and it seems very grounded, I feel like they could be called to some kind of spiritual business or some kind of spiritual teacher of some kind, or somebody who is kind of called to, they're being called to their mission right now. I feel like that's on their mind right now. So they aren't as focused on romantic connections. Reconciliation we have, remember the source of love. A loving action is all you need to begin the process. Reach out with a simple first step. I'm wondering too, with the Five of Pentacles and reconciliation, I wonder too if there's been some hurt or some kind of argument that led to either you guys putting a hold on the relationship, or something where like something about them may have come between you two, in the sense that like you guys aren't seeing eye to eye and there is a need to reconcile between each other. Okay, I do feel like this can be resolved if you are currently in this relationship with the person. I feel, yeah, there's almost like a coldness though between the two of you, and there's been feelings hurt, like feelings were hurt on both ends. I think this person knows that. I think this person maybe even would like to resolve this with you guys in this relationship as well. I just feel like they are very distracted. I'm getting distraction again from them. And making the first step or really working at a relationship, I feel like they just might not be ready to really seriously work on a relationship. I'm also hearing for them too, it's like, it's almost like this message is for them in the sense that it's like they need to make the action, or they need to take the first step. But until steps are made, I feel like there's going to be just this kind of like pause on the connection. All right, let's pull some cards too to just see how is this being resolved right now? Because there's a lot of earth energy. We have nature as well. I feel like this person too, I feel like their focus is on nature. I feel like they have gone to nature. We're gonna keep shuffling because that was a lot that came out. I feel like they have a lot in nature. I feel like they go to nature a lot. I feel like they've had some breakthroughs for themselves as well in nature. But yeah, they're awakening to their own mission and their own destiny right now. So there's something like off about the connection between you guys, in the sense that I feel like they're distracted. Again, I just keep hearing that word. It's like they're distracted by their own mission. And if it's meant to work out, that's what I'm hearing with Destiny, is if it's meant to work out, it will work out, and you guys will reconcile your connection again. So I feel like it's not completely out of the question, if that makes sense. I just feel like, okay, dreams and justice really does want to come out. This flew out before. Closure, justice, and dreams. I do feel as though this person that you're in their dreams, I do think that they're working through closure as well, and that things are going to see with justice as well. I'm hearing kind of reconciliation without reconciling things coming back into balance again. So I do feel like this will work out if it's meant to be. And that is just something that you might have to kind of let go and accept, because I think unless they're ready to take that first step, or they're ready to reconcile this whole thing, then maybe this will not resolve itself. And again, it's just that this person is in a time where they're actually doing some major work. I feel like they are doing work on themselves. I feel like they are trying to find balance and reconciliation within themselves as well, to understand that better. I think there's some closure here that is needed as well for them. I think that they still dream about you, and that there's still this, it's not that like they disregard you or that they don't acknowledge their feelings for you. I just think as though like they are needing closure on the whole thing. I think that you guys may show up in each other's dreams a lot too. So if you guys have already kind of split, I think there's closure here. I think that there is this sense that they are kind of trying to reconcile and heal and move on from this as well, and focus on tangible things that they can like work on themselves. So with this group specifically, there's like a lot of messages, a lot of scenarios coming through here, but I am getting the energy of like, this is just like in this time period right now where they are at when you're finding this video. I think they are in a place of closure. I think they are in a place of like distraction, where other things are just taking their time and taking the effort, or making the effort to really work on a relationship right now. It's almost like they're checking out of that. So just be aware, this doesn't mean they'll never come around to like figuring that out. But right now there's this focus on other things. And I think it has to do with something that they're driven to do. I think it has to do with something at work possibly. And if you're in a relationship and you're just finding that this person is distant in that sense, know that like you're in their dreams, that you are in their thoughts, and that they are trying to create some kind of like balance. And I feel like they find balance in nature. I just get the sense that like with Judgment, it's like a release. Like it needs to, I feel like for many of you guys, the relationship needs this time either as on pause, because what I'm getting is initially it may have been a really like an instant connection, or you may have really been like a big part of their life and helping them to kind of like release and overcome certain things. But something happened here. It's like you helped heal this person to an extent, but then something happened here between the two of you, and it's almost like nature stepped in and there was parts of this person that have not healed. It's like their true nature kind of came out, and this was just like meant to happen and teach you guys some kind of lesson, teach you guys some kind of understanding of each other, whether or not, again, this led to like breaking apart or not. But I do feel like this is kind of something that is worth embracing and trusting in the process of the destiny here, of like acknowledging, aligning with your purpose. You have gifts to share with the world. I just feel like both of you guys are needing to kind of go with the flow on this one, because there's things being worked out. There's things at play here that are being worked out to realign, to refine balance, and to gain closure. All right, let's see what these cards have to say as far as what is really going on here, because I'm getting like a lot of different kind of scenarios and messages, but I do want to get like a good message for you guys. I just feel like we need to pull another one of these cards for my group 4s for some final messages about this connection, about what they're thinking about you. Okay, we have distant. Yeah. So that kind of confirms for me just the general energy that I've been feeling from this pile, is that this person's distant. This person is caught up in something else. I feel like they are emotionally distant. I feel like mentally there's just something else going on for them that is just like the energy here is of like closure for themselves as well, and moving on to, I think for a lot of you guys, maybe if this was somebody who kind of dropped off the face of the planet and did not, you know, come together for you, did not come around and respond to you. I will say that it really depends on the person, and also that this is a general reading. So hopefully the messages in general were still really helpful for you, kind of figuring out what this person is thinking about you, how they're feeling right now, maybe why they've been so distant. I don't see any major like negative feelings towards you specifically. I just feel as though they're in some kind of situation or some time in their life where they're not capable of really committing to this relationship or committing to you or starting something with you. So I just feel like they're distant in that sense. So you might want to, you know, reconsider or maybe take some time to gain some closure from this as well. And of course, this reading is general and the energy here too can change, but ultimately I always like to be honest with you about what I am seeing in the cards, so that those of you that need to hear these messages receive them. If you did find this reading helpful, please comment down below, let me know your thoughts, give this video a thumbs up, that really helps my channel out. Subscribe if you want more readings from me. And lastly, if you would like a private personal reading to figure all of this out for yourself specifically, then you can find those linked in the description box below. That's gonna do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now.